Hello, my friends. Good to see you again. This is 7 English Bible School. Thanks for joining us. And once again, your presence means a lot to me. God bless you and keep you.
We now have two treatments. They both act on the immune system, dexamethasone and tocilizumab. Put them together and we reduce the risk of death by a third or even as much as a half in the sickest patients. That's great news.
There's understandably a huge focus on preventing coronavirus and vaccines. But for those with COVID, it is treatments like dexamethasone and tocilizumab which will save lives now. COVID remains a brutal disease, but the chances of surviving it are improving. Searching among existing medicines for any that can treat COVID has been a huge task. First, there was dexamethasone. Now there's tocilizumab. Together, they can dramatically improve survival for patients on oxygen.
Compared with a year ago, when we really did not know how to treat this disease, we now have two treatments. They both act on the immune system, dexamethasone and tocilizumab. Put them together and we reduce the risk of death by a third or even as much as a half in the sickest patients. That's great news.
Dexamethasone, a steroid, costs just £5, whereas the arthritis drug tocilizumab at least £500 per patient. But that's still far less than the £2,000 a day cost of being in ICU.
This therapy looks like it keeps people out of the intensive care unit, so they never need to meet people like me, which can only be a good thing. So as well as improving survival, it actually will decrease the number of people who need to come to intensive care, which is fabulous.
There's understandably a huge focus on preventing coronavirus and vaccines. But for those with COVID, it is treatments like dexamethasone and tocilizumab which will save lives now. Lawrence spent several days in intensive care at Addenbrooke's Hospital in Cambridge, but now has his bags packed, ready to go home. He's one of tens of thousands of COVID patients taking part in NHS trials. Last month, NHS hospitals treated more than 100,000 COVID patients. That's around 1 in 3 of all those admitted since the pandemic began. COVID remains a brutal disease, but the chances of surviving it are improving.
Now, in a trial that included more than 4,000 patients, they found that overall, there were about 29% of people who were on usual care plus tocilizumab who died versus 33% who are on usual care alone. So that's a reduction of 4 percentage points. They said it shortened the time that people spent in the hospital, reduced the need for a ventilator. And they said that for people who had significant inflammation, for those who were on oxygen and got the combination of corticosteroids and this drug, it reduced mortality by a third. And for those who were on ventilators, it reduced mortality by half. So guys, this is the second drug to come out of this trial to show a result like this.
Alright, that's it. This is what the media says. Probably there are pros and cons, but now let's check out some comments. If you are more interested in more information, please leave a comment and I will check out and respond. Once again, thanks for watching. Peace be with you.